Hello, future tubers, and welcome back to more Lobotomy Corporation with BlueAnkylo, as well as the Twitch, or not Twitch chat, not Twitch chat, just YouTube stream. Oh, I should probably close that down. Just a sec. Sorry, I'm really competent. I know YouTube is streaming well, so I can close that down, and then that'll save some frames for the stream, just in case. This game gets a little bit laggy with certain effects. We're not going to see them for a while, but usually it runs just fine. But there will be special events where there's like fancy, like shimmery effects over the whole screen, and I find it soaks up essentially infinite RAM. Like I've seen it use upwards of like 12, 15 gigabytes of RAM when it just keeps going. So you've got to save every so often. But usually it's totally stable, right? No big deal, no big deal. Oh, also, yeah. This is different, so if you were watching along last episode, we would have had 0 maximum ordeals on the last mission, day 5. So day 6 is our first dawn ordeal, and I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I know all the dawn ordeals, so we should be okay with those, but I'll explain them as they pop up. A lot of these are kind of newbie killers. If you've never played before and you get one you don't know how to handle, you die and you restart your day. So anyway, we're going to try to avoid that. Alright, let's get to it. So, first off, new abnormality. It's just a friendly looking tree. It's got not a lot of branches, so I don't know if I've seen this thing before ever, but a tree standing in the middle of a containment chamber. It never withers, even if it is not given any nutrient. Some employees take rest next to the tree. So, you know, that's probably not a good plan, I'm just gonna say. We also know, given the number here, that it is a Teth rank, so it should be approximately as dangerous as the dog and the bird, but we'll see. And yeah, all right, let's get to it. So first off, I guess what I like to do, as I do, is send one of my higher rank employees, like Fella and myself. Now I'm already technically a tier 3, level 3 employee. Fella is only level 2. I guess I must have got a little bit better stat ups than he did. We'll send him in there, but he'll probably be fine. And then while we're doing this, we're going to send the newer employees in to these other ones. So one of the things I'm going to be testing out is the rando. I'm going to send the random new guy into You Must Be Happy 4 times today, because it tells you if you go 5 times in, you explode. What I want to find out is if I send him in 4 times today, and then, you know, 4 times tomorrow, theoretically, if that's fine. Because if we can use it basically every day without worrying about explosions, we could get some small stat upgrades. It's fairly easy to get like a plus 20 to all your stats. Plus 10 to 20 you can definitely get. In fact, just to explain it for anyone that didn't catch it last episode or wasn't here last stream, I'll just go show it off before we worry about the dangerous tree. It is also a Zayn class tool, so these guys tend not to kill you, generally. So, rando person, get in there. You guys will see how this works pretty quick. So you just stand on this little thing, and it alternates between yes and no. The longer you stay in, the more stats you gain or lose. No, you lose. Yes, you gain. So I'm going to try to leave on a yes. That was pushing it. I was risking my life there. That was a long one. And that's about as long as I could go safely, because after that, it's just so fast, there's no way you're going to hit it, unless you're just lucky. But you can see, like, a plus 28, that, like, more than doubled all their stats. That's pretty cool. I could theoretically send everyone in there and get plus 20 or so safely, but I'm worried that, you know, 5 times and then they're dead. So we're going to test that out, essentially. And just while I'm thinking about it, let's just get this done real quick. I don't even care what the numbers are. Dia's not really going to do anything. That's 2. That's... We'll get a yes. Oh, that was a no, whatever. No's lower your stats, obviously. So that was, what, 3, I think? And then this is number 4. We'll stop here. So we'll get a little bit of stats. Just in case we need Dia to suppress something. But I don't think we'll do anything. There we go. Good enough. So that put her, or him at plus 11. You know, whoop-de-woo. Okay, get back to your base. So, as far as I know, if I send them in again, they will explode. Or if they gain a total of 200 stats, then they just disappear. That's what happened to our first test subject, of course. So we'll find out tomorrow if that kills them. No big deal. Now, for the tree. So we're going to send Fella in here. And what kind of work should we go with? Instinct, attachment, insight, repression. We tend to typically say instinct often works on animals as your physical sort of work. Tree is definitely not an animal, so I might lean towards insight, as in looking at the tree or thinking about the tree. Maybe emotions with attachment, you're feeling the tree. The story doesn't really give me a lot of tips. They take a rest next to it, so, you know, because it says rest, we'll try attachment. And if that gets him killed, that gets him killed. Alright. Its containment chamber is bright, as if there's an incandescent source of light. Alright, 1 to 1. Petals shall fall like scream, yeah. You know, sometimes the translation. Petals, they fall. When the beauty is at its peak, the ritual of end comes. Oh, that sounds totally promising. When the beauty is at its peak. Everyone who looks at it in this sunless place feels pure peace. Well, you didn't do terrible, but we'll see what happens here. 6 is not great, but... did you take any significant damage? We still can't see HP bars yet, but that'll come. So it looks like he took sanity damage, about 15 or so. That's not too bad. Oops. Didn't mean to actually move him. So we'll go back to the regenerator to heal up. So with 6 points, that doesn't get us much. But we should probably go for the tips first, like normally go for these. So, let's see. 7 deadly trees. There might be. When the work result was good, the counter was decreased. So we actually don't want good. So maybe the neutral was actually quite lucky. Generally, lowering the counter is bad. When employee panics in the room, the counter is also reduced. So sending in people with high sanity will help, not cause problems. When clip-off counter reaches 0, some random employees in the facility move to its containment unit. Captivate. So I think whatever the counter is, it's going to go down over time as things happen. And I think possibly our employees, but maybe just the little random sort of, I don't know what you call these guys, clerks or something. These guys, they technically have names, you just can't control them. They'll get summoned to the chamber, that's what it's saying. So, yeah, I mean, okay. So seeing as we got a neutral and we don't actually want a good, I'm going to send the same order again for fella. And if he can keep getting 6s or 7s, that might be the right idea. Also, we'll speed this up a little bit, save some time. Now, it might be that if you get a bad, you just die instantly, so, you know, we'll see. Usually the tests don't just kill you instantly. Alright, well that was a good, which is not what I wanted. Sorry, fella, you're actually too strong. Wait a second. I think the leaves showed up. So... okay, it mentioned when beauty is at its peak, the end will come. I'm guessing the tree grows as the counter goes down, and then something bad happens. So, 10 points, we can at least finish off this section, which is all the tips. So that gives us a little bit faster work progress, and then some tips here. So, when a captivated employee reaches the containment chamber, they're sucked into the tree. Yeah, well, you know. After continuously attempting to converse with an employee who has been enchanted by it, the tree, the employee seems to return to normal. Oh, I've seen this before somewhere. So once somebody's captivated, we can free them if we talk to them. When employee were no longer captivated, the counter restored to maximum. So I think we might actually be okay with this guy. If that's what you need to do, you just need to pay attention. Once its clip-off counter gets to 0, you just have to watch for employees that get sucked in. Don't let them get killed by the tree, but save them, basically. And then the counter resets, I think. After sucking an employee in, when another employee commenced work, its clip-off counter was restored to maximum. And physical and mental health of every employee in the facility was healed. So you could sacrifice someone to it if you wanted, and heal everybody. That's kind of nice. Let's just double check. I've been doing a lot of attachment. Let's try, like, insight. Insight is common, so maybe we'll try a little bit of insight work. Because I'm trying to avoid the clip-off counter to start with. Seeing as it says high, that's... we've got too many stats. We could try repression. I think... let's see, which armor was which? So, fella's armor reduces mental damage by 0.8. My armor actually increases mental damage, and this thing deals mental damage. So fella really is the right choice here. it's much less likely that he'll panic. And we know panicking is also bad for the tree. Alright, we know the name of it, Grave of Cherry Blossom. That's very friendly. Yeah, that's that beauty when it's at its peak thing. I mean, I would love an abnormality to train Justice on. That was pretty bad. How do you do for... I'm just checking his HP here. So a 3 out of 12 resulted in almost losing half his sanity. Probably would have been able to make me panic because I would have taken bonus damage from it. So, yeah, that was a good choice not to send someone with the wrong armor in. And 3 points doesn't really help me very much. So repression, probably not the way to go. Also, I've been ignoring the rest of the facility. Let's do some work here. I think everybody here from Jelka, Rides, Grotham, and Drow, they should survive the birds, so I'll send Rides in there. The dog's a little bit more dangerous to work with. It's probably safer with higher temperance, which increases your success chance. Also, I mean, ultimately, I'd like to get everyone's stats to level 3, basically. So, Rides can work on the bird. Grotham is going to work on the dog, but I'm going to keep an eye on him. And then, it doesn't really matter. Drow can go hang out with the... One sin basically can't kill you, so you'll be fine. Also, the bird's clip-off counter, we need to remember. It goes down over time, and then it escapes. Also, this needs to be dealt with, okay. You just have to handle that one, fella. So, because we got to the end of our first cycle, we got 1 unit to meltdown. We have to stop it before it, or we'll find out what breaking containment will happen. So, 1 sin, no big deal. Punishing bird should be fine. Looks like Grotham's off to a good chance with Paday. And, unfortunately, fella is doing really well with repression here. I didn't really want a good, but hopefully this will be okay. Alright, we're halfway powered up. We could get out. Well, we probably want to see what this is. This is new too. So this will be our first ordeal. It's actually really important to pay attention to the color of this thing. So Dawn is like the difficulty level, and then the color is the style. And once you know them, you can prepare for them. First time, they're going to cause some problems. Although, to be fair, Crimson Dawn isn't that bad. Okay, so we have some more information. There are definitely more leaves now. Let's find out what the counter's at. So Grave of Cherry Blossoms, Teth class, definitely does white damage. We have more success rate, which might not even help us. And its counter is at 1. So 1 more good, and it will do whatever it does, which we have some ideas here. I guess we better just do it. At least I'll be ready for it if I'm watching. So good luck, fella. And to be honest, getting a nice score gives us a lot more energy boxes, so we can buy information and armor quicker, but... I'm assuming it's going to try to suck, like, me into it or something, but I think we should be able to stop that. I think. Or I'm dead, you know, we'll see. Alright, so we got the green, which means... Flip off goes to 0, it's fully bloomed. So let's just keep an eye on everybody that's kind of around it. I assume it's going to do something. And oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's got a little red circle on him. Also, it's trying to get Drow. Alright, so I don't have a lot of room here for Drow, but I think I can save him. On normal speed. Okay, normal speed, go. Click, click, click. Click like your life depends on it. Both of you. You too. Alright. This is a lot of people. Alright, 4 people, is that it? Anybody else? Number 5. It's really trying to suck people into the tree. Okay, so I guess there's a couple options here. You could let one of the random employees just get sucked in, and that's not a big deal if they die. You definitely don't want to lose your real employees, but it's possible just a random clerk, you could send them in there and then give everyone a free healing, right? Because that's what it says. If you work on it after someone got sucked in, you can heal the entire facility, actually. So that might have some good uses if we just let someone get sacrificed to the tree that's not, you know, an important person. Otherwise, you have to watch it and click, 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 click like that. But that wasn't too bad. Alright, let's get some more information here. Oh, everything's common. Alright, so you can work on whatever you want. Well, let's try to get Fella's Temperance to 3 for now, and we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, we should be working... Oh, wait. 1, 2. So we can do one more work, and then I want to prepare for the Crimson Dawn. Let's... Also, we got a very good result on Pade. I forgot about this, but yeah, we don't want to get, what is it, a 6 or lower, or else his counter starts to go down. So 2 is perfect. Getting bad scores there is, you know, bad. And let's send... Who did I send in last time? Where's my birds? We sent in Rides to Punishing Bird last time. You know what? Rides, you can go again. That's fine. Alright, so 1, 2, 2 ticks. The next tick will trigger the Dawn. It's fine if temps die. Now, to be fair, the temps, they do provide some bonuses. It's not like they're completely worthless. If you hover over the section's number here, you can see that basically by having temporaries, or whatever you want to call them, if you have them alive in this section, everybody gets bonus stats, success rate, basically. And if everyone is alive in this section, they get movement speed. So that applies to your real characters. So your characters get stat ups by having the randos alive in their area. And if you lose them all, then you don't get those bonuses. Or it drops down from 3 to 2 to 1 eventually. So it's not a big deal, but like, you know, you might want to keep some alive if you want that bonus. Anyway, let's go send... Oh, right. So, again, I'm trying not to spoil things generally speaking, but when you're going to do a Crimson Dawn, especially later in the game, right? Like right now, it doesn't matter too much, but what you generally want to do is like this. You spread out, and you got to put employees in any hallways that are attached to monsters you don't want to escape. So one sin can't escape. This guy is a non-escaped object. The bird can escape, though, so you might want to guard it. And this thing, I don't know yet. It might escape, it might not. Probably it's a tree. I mean, I doubt it can escape. But you're going to try to prevent these little clown guys from getting to their door and releasing them. They steal the energy and they release them. And we'll watch that happen. But for the most part, we'll try to stop that. Alright, Rides, you can go play with one sin. And here we go. So let's just pause for a second. So, 2 different things happened at the same time. First, when we went into one sin's room, Punishing Bird's clip-off counter went down. That was not the ordeal. This was something unrelated. So, the bird is out, but as we learned last episode, you leave the bird alone. It's fine. You just ignore the bird. If you fight the bird, you die. So we ignore the bird. It does a little damage, but we'll be fine. There's these little clown guys. You can click on them. Dawn of Crimson. It's pretty weak to everything except red damage. So Fella's over here with his gun. I'm over here with my bear claws. We're doing red damage, so not optimal. But again, these guys are pretty easy. It'll be fine. If we didn't deal with it, it would suck the clip-off counter down from the tree and steal some of its energy out of our total. And then you can kind of see the highlighted areas where they spawn. So we got 2 plus the bird. And I think, you know, Grotham... I did send 2 people because Pade's the one we really don't want to get out. These guys should be okay. Yeah, like these guys are really quite weak. The most important thing is you have someone to deal with them before they let anything out. You can see it's actually still draining some of the energy because our guys are pretty weak. If that counter goes down, I was going to be mad. Never bring red resistance to a gunfight. That's his spirit. Okay, and success. We survived our first ordeal. Crimson Ordeal is probably the easiest one, unless you ignore them. Also, Punishing Bird went back. What a nice bird. Music, you can relax. So, technically, we could end our day, but I would at least like to finish researching the Cherry Blossom before we go. So, we're going to send Fella in there a couple more times. I want to at least get his escape info, find out if he can get out of here and chase after Rides. Also, there's some armor we might want to make. It's pretty good against white and black damage. A little bit weak to red. And a fancy fan. Doesn't look that good, but, you know, the armor's nice. And while that's going on, we'll do a little bit of stat training in the background. Drow can go that way. So Grotham, you can see his HP here, took a fair bit of damage from the bird. We'll send Rides in again. He's going to definitely get to higher sanity, surely. And, oh, I see what happened. I forgot to send these guys home. Click that button, they go back home. And then they'll heal up. Oh, and that interrupted my order for Rides to go over there. Okay. Conveniently, we actually got a middling success on that last work order, so Fella did not drop the clip-off counter this time. So anyway, I don't like to grind for too long, but it is definitely helpful to not end the day as soon as you can, but rather once you've gathered the information and resources you want, maybe get a couple stat ups, maybe a little bit more research. So now we know, for instance, it's got a maximum clip-off counter of 3, it doesn't escape, which isn't hugely surprising for the tree, but once we work on it again, if we get it good, it will try to suck some more people into it, so we'll deal with that. It looks like attachment is probably the best, and insight is the second best, because in the list it says insight is common and attachment... Oh no, it says they're both common. So they might be tied for success rates. I wonder if I could survive it. I'm a little bit worried because my armor's weak to psionic, or to white damage. It's not psionic exactly. I will send Fell in again, because he's the tree man, I guess. And then the dog... You can send people in from the alternate sections now that we have our upgrade. The dog we'll send in... We'll send in Drow. He'll be okay. Just keep people busy in the background here, basically. It's better than a bird. Well, you may have missed the first thing it tried to do. Once the counter gets to 0, it tries to eat people. So we'll see what happens this time. Actually, it looks like you're not going to be getting a good anyway, so that's fine. You want to see the tree running around? I'm sure there is one in the game that does something like that, honestly. Alright, so I would like to get to 30 points for the armor, and maybe then we'll call it. We'll worry about the weapon on the next mission. But it'd be nice to at least get the armor right now. So we'll stick around until we get that. And that means we'll just do a little bit of stat grinding for a second here. I'm kind of bad at keeping track of who I've sent in, especially when I'm talking at the same time. When I was playing solo player, it's a lot easier to remember like how many times you send which employee to which monster when you're trying to work their stats. So I think with that kind of success rate, I wouldn't want to send Blue in with his bad armor. I think that would be a bad idea. 1 sin? That's a perfect. When you get a perfect on 1 sin, everybody heals up their sanity a little bit. Oh! At some point, I don't know when it happened, Paday's counter went down. So we actually have to be very careful here, because if we get another 6, which we are going to get now... Okay, we're going to have to end our day. Let's finish this. Okay, that's finished. Yeah, there's no more time. So, unfortunately, my plan has failed, because Grotham did not succeed. If we let this finish... Did I not? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. This is actually my fault. I did not click Insight. And when you send him in... Or Instinct. When you send him in for something that's not Instinct, it goes down by 1. And then if you fail, it goes down again. So... Hey, at least I noticed it. Alright, day over. It's not perfect. I would have loved to last a little bit longer, but whatever. So, Fella's level 3 now. He got, well, he lost his Fortitude stat, but he got more work speed, and that's actually really good. Getting that Temperance up is really, really helpful. And, we'll definitely be training people on the tree with if they can get that Temperance to 3. That's really nice. Alright. 1 day, good enough. Yeah, if you work on a higher level monster, you do get a lot of stats. I don't know how that's unlocked. That's really weird, actually. The whole game got reset. Are you supposed to know about Bald is Awesome without having the ID number? That's really weird. Alright, so anyway, let's look at these 3 to pick. A record of the day that we must never forget. We are purposefully skipping that one. You turned up your electric hair clipper. I'm not sure why. I really don't know why that's explained, but anyway, there's that. And then, unsurprisingly, not a single employee volunteered to retrieve the corpse of their cocooned colleague. Now, you know, you might look at that and think that's really bad, but I think we can handle it. Because I don't actually want this one. It kind of messes with your style. If I remember correctly, this will just turn everyone bald eventually. This one we're trying to avoid because it has an annoying clip-off thing. Although, you haven't seen it. You know, sort of a spoiler that I know about from ahead of time. But it's kind of annoying. And this one, I think we can handle. So, you know, there's just cocoons, right? That's probably safe. It's like butterflies, right? Okay, right, now I gotta do some voice acting. The energy output is increasing. You proved that you were more capable than you thought yourself. The high echelon is watching you. A, the founder, is among them. Do you know anything about A? He is a visionary. A farmer who sows seeds on virgin soil. He may want to see you in person soon. That's what you said with the dog. It might be, actually. If that happens, you can make your dream come true. Me? Oh, of course I admire him. To be fair, he is the creator of myself. He is also enigmatic. Only a few would understand him. In fact, understanding someone is difficult. Will the day come when I understand you completely? And then there's this guy. So this is our new Sapphira for the information team. I have to admit ahead of time, I'm not a huge fan of this guy. Manager, you represent the company. I think your outfit is not up to the company standard. I am only a Sapphira, so I can't do anything about it. Just saying. I'm Yasad, the Sapphira of the information team. I'm in charge of processing and archiving all the data of the company. We need to concentrate and focus on our job all the time. Like the curators of a library. A single mistake from us could cause a disaster. I'm sure you'd understand the gravity of my work. Every bit of data we have cost us blood and lives. You should show some respect. I'm a little allergic to revealing clothes. I hate revealing clothes. Boss. I don't know why or since when though. Probably before I even got to the company. And then here's another new guy. It's Netzak. Let's see. Voice for Netzak. Yasad, do you have some spare paper? Netzak, you know the rules. We're not supposed to trade stuff between teams. Yasad the Viper's not in a good mood. No, I'm leaving, okay? Why is this entertaining to you? My apologies, I overreacted a bit. Other Sapphiras are just making fun of me. But I know employees hate me. I know my nickname is not a positive one. But I like it, because I earned it on purpose. It tells others who I am. What do you think of my nickname? Yasad the Viper? Yeah, it's great. Then we're on the same page. I should go now. I must finish today's work. Oh, I will send you the next assignment. So, now we start getting quests from the information team. This will be super difficult. 4 instincts in a single, well, probably a single day. They're always in need of data on abnormalities, yada yada yada. Do some instinct. Easy enough. Alright, upgrade the team. Bam. There we go. The game saves, and for those future tubers, we end the episode here. So next time we will learn about another Teth that might be a giant spider. Look forward to that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, folks, and I hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day.